Right, here I am down at the West Paseo, down at the end of the Old Town Tavern area, looking out towards Brown and Main. They're working on pouring the concrete for this area down here by Brown and Main. The time now is 4:39 a.m. This is July 14, 2022. We're into the 38th week of major construction. We wanted to slip right out here and get a view of what's going on down here at Brown and Main. Looks like mainly they're just pouring the sidewalk areas. I think maybe more than that. Haven't really had a chance to scout it out yet, but they are working down here on this opening to the Brown and Main area of the West Paseo. So let me see if I can move on down here. They have poured concrete right here, so I don't know if I can step out here much farther than this, but they do have the concrete that they're working on right here. They poured this up to here and they're working on this. So we're getting this all filled in. And they're still working on the road across the way over there also. So I'm not going to attempt to step out from here. Going to pause this for a moment, and then I think I'm just going to walk all the way around the block here and then come up down the street over there. Alrighty. Right, here I am walking down Brown towards the intersection here. See what's going on. Be over here on this side where I'm not so much in the way down there, I think. They're pouring out here, getting this all fixed up. It has been drizzling a little bit when I got here. It was sprinkling fairly good, then it's backed off now. So we're some monsoon activity over the evening. Right around 3 we had a good sized storm come close to me, but haven't seen any really heavy rain so far from my perspective down here today, just some light sprinkles. So that's what we got going on here. They're still working back across the way over here, working on this area back over here, getting it fixed up. A lot of work going on at Brown and Main here. Getting this all fixed up. And we can see here there's a large curvature here, which this will be the area that will be the flower bed area for the banyan tree. So it'll have a large area of protection here. And I think there's supposed to be sort of a raised flower bed, sort of in the turquoise design, supposed to be around this with seating, what I believe will be here in the future. We got concrete all here. And I believe that center part out there that's not poured yet, or somewhere part of that's going to be paving stones. It won't be concrete, I don't believe. It'll be something more decorative. So this is what we got going on down here. Time now is 4:47 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Sunrise will be at 5:28 a.m. today. So still about 40 minutes away, more or less, or maybe, yeah, close to 40 minutes away. So I'm going to try to hit a number of my spots today. Been a little bit lazy on getting to some places, but I'm going to try to get most of my spots hit today. There's not really much going on in the East Bowl area, but on the West End we've got quite a bit going on here. So getting this fixed up. So I think I'll probably pause this right here and move on back around into the West Paseo area and wait for the sun to come up, and then see what progress has been made down there, if any, since I was here on Tuesday, July 12th. Alrighty. Here I am shooting at 30 frames per second again. The time is now 5:38 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I shot about a minute of time lapse there just while I was sitting there waiting for the sun to get higher in the sky. It looks like they've at the moment seem to have completed pouring what concrete they're going to pour down here at the opening mouth area of the West Paseo. One cement truck has left, and I don't see any more activity going on there currently, other than them just working on the concrete they poured. If we look back down here through the West Paseo, down here below me, we can see that they poured more of this wider section of the sidewalk here on this north side of the West Paseo. They poured quite a bit of it, actually. It goes on down there to in front of the museum, as far as I can see. Maybe just where those guys are working currently. It's down there. I'll be down there after a bit, and then I'll be able to see better what's going on there. But things are moving along here in the West Paseo, getting stuff done, starting to form up. So I'm going to finish this up here. I'm going to try to hit quite a few spots today if I can. So this is what we got going on down here in the West Paseo. I'm going to pause this and move on around by the Aline building and see what's happening down there closer to the action on that eastern end of the West Paseo. Alright, here I am coming up on the West Paseo by the Aline building. Time is 5:41 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. See, they're starting to work this area up down here for, I believe this will be a combination of concrete and turf in this area here, if they're going still by their original idea for how that will lay out. I'm not really sure that's sure, because a lot of stuff has changed. Down here they've got the forms ready for pouring these steps in the future. So they haven't poured them yet, but these steps will be fixed up here, I guess, within the next week. Today's Thursday. They could pour them tomorrow, I suppose, but we'll see. See what happens with that. Let me move on up to my higher deck level here. See what's going on. Looking out to the west bowl. Don't really see much activity out in the west bowl. I'm going to try to get around there a little bit later on here and see what's going on. Let's just pan back around here in the West Paseo. Here's a sort of a broad look at the West Paseo. I already set my and resetting my focus exposure there. I think I must have bumped the focus wheel again. Gotta watch that. So we can see here how far they poured down that broader section of the sidewalk here on the north side of the Paseo. Got it right down in front of the little museum here. So making progress here. Could be, I'm just gonna guess at some of this stuff. I don't really know half the time when I'm talking about, probably. But the way they have these forms laid out, it might be that the side parts here, or this on each side here by the flower planter bed area, maybe those will be concrete, and then that center part will be turf. Possibility, I don't know. They could have totally changed their concept for that, but we'll see how that works out down the road. So I think I'm going to finish this up here. God damn it. Focus is off again. Damn it. All right, so I'm going to finish this up here, and then I'm going to start trying to get around to the West Bowl area. I've got to go down Brown to get around there, so see how that works for me. I think I'll wrap this up here and start heading that way. All right. Right, here I am coming back down to Brown and Main to the intersection as I move around to the West Bowl. You see they're finishing up their concrete work over here on this side. And we can see back over here what they've been doing to fix this up. We've got a broader opening to the sidewalk here. So this looks a little bit nicer. It could be that this work out here is also being done by the same engineering company that's doing the whole Civic Mall area. The Ming Engineering, I think. They may have contracted this too and be doing this also. It's a possibility. I'm not really that knowledgeable about the whole thing, but it's a possibility that the same engineering group that's back here in the West Paseo was doing all these intersections too through the Old Town area. They might have been contracted to take care of that. So we can see what we've got going on here. So I'm going to pause now, and then I'm going to move on around to the West Bowl area and see what's happening down there. Alright. Alright, here I am moving down the sidewalk by the AZ88. Gonna go out here onto the patio area. See what I can see is happening over in the West Bowl here. Time is now 5:55 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Still got their misters going here, which is kind of nice. It's cooling things off over here. So here we are looking out to the West Bowl. I do see some new something here, which I don't even really know what it is. You can see these sort of gray curving pipes that must represent part of the future canopy or something. Though it's hard to really tell what they're doing currently. But we can see down here in the West Bowl what's going on. Looks like they've done some work back over there where the little Marshall Gardens will be. So I think I'm going to take just a second to switch over to my telephoto lens, because I think it'll give a better view of what we're seeing down here. Alrighty. Alright, here I am now on my 77mm telephoto lens, shooting back over there into what should be the Marshall Gardens straight ahead of us there. I can see they have done some stuff over there, but again, my view towards that area is pretty limited, so I don't really know what I'm looking at over there, other than there is something over there. Let me pan back around here to where the canopy will be. You should be able to better see these gray sort of swooping looping pipes here of some form. That'll be part of the canopy. So I don't remember seeing anything that looks like that in the actual schematic drawings of it. But apparently they're moving along towards getting that canopy fixed up there. So that's cool. Alright, this is what I can see here. I'm going to stop this, and then today I'm going to go around to my Stair perch and see what I can see down there. Alright, let me pause this now. I'm going to move on a little bit farther around the West Bowl area here. Alright, here I am down at my Stair perch in the West Bowl. Haven't been down here for a little bit, maybe a couple of weeks or something like that. But we can get a good view of what's going on down here now, and holy shit. I think they, yeah, there was a mesquite tree right here, but it looks like it's been torn down. I don't see it, it's gone. Huh, that's weird. I guess they decided that the mesquite tree wasn't going to fit into what they were doing here, which gives me a better view of stuff, so I'm sorry from the standpoint of the mesquite tree being removed and torn down, but it does give me a better view of this area here. I don't know when they tore down that mesquite tree. It had to be within the last week or so. Curious, very curious. Right, so we can see back over here. There's that swooping large, I'm going to call it a pipe support. So that must be the edge of the canopy, and the canopy will sit on that or be attached to that. That could be an engineering modification. You don't see that when you're just looking at the drawing. You don't see anything like that, but it might be they did some engineering reviews of that and decided that it needed a better, more stronger support. Also back down here, I'm just now looking, they're working on this whole stretch back down through here. Going to redo this whole sidewalk, it looks like, all the way down to 2nd Street, maybe wrapping around the whole of the Performing Arts Center. I don't know, but they do have guys down here working on this. So you know, it's a possibility that the concrete that was removed from here is what's piled up over in the West Paseo. That might have been the closest place they had to store that, but I'm not really sure. Another speculation on my part. So we got this going on, and so they're getting this all fixed up over here to make this look nice in the future. And so this is what we got going on here. So you can also see, just as I'm sort of checking this out through here, those curved benches that were here that I used as a perch a while back. I don't see those anymore, so they must have torn those out. So we got this little wall down here, but I'm not sure if that's a new thing. Probably was already there. I don't know. My memory's not that good. But this is what we got going on down here in the West Bowl. We're here banging and knocking around the stage area back over there. So that's coming along. You know, when you see the drawings, the stage looks pretty prominent, but I think in reality, with all these trees around here, it's going to be sort of a little bit obscured by the trees from any distance. You'll have to be up right in front of it. You can also see back over here, they've got a lot of trees piled up, quite a number of them that'll be planted and used in this area when they start getting these other flower beds, these turquoise planters as they're called, fixed up. They've done quite a bit more demolition over here and tearing out of this new building that'll be here, which will actually be, it'll be owned by the same Clayton guy that owns the Clayton on the Park down there. This will be his venue too. So he has quite a bit of stuff in this area. He has his Aline building belongs to him, that Clayton on the Park, and there's a Clayton back over on 2nd Street, and he built an apartment building over there that's called the Clayton. So he's got an expanding empire going on there. Alrighty, so I'm going to finish this up. I've shot a ton of stuff down here on this west end. So now I'm going to move on down to the east end of the project, and we can see what's going on down there. I think the biggest thing here is this mesquite tree being torn down. It's kind of surprising. I thought they were sort of protective of their trees, but it was kind of an eyesore here right in the way of everything, so kind of opens the area up a little bit. Alrighty, so let me end this here, and I'm going to walk back around and then move around to the east end of the project. Alrighty. Alright, here I am down in front of City Hall at the Civic Lawn, shooting across towards the West Bowl over there, where we can get a really good look at what they're doing with that the 360-degree canopy, that superstructure support that they have there for that. So a little bit different looking from the original mock-ups, but I'm sure that considering the potential for violent monsoon storms, you don't want something lightweight thing there that can just be blown off. So I'm sure they're doing something there that's very structurally sound to stand up. You can get, I have seen in the past, up to 70-mile-an-hour straight line winds coming out of some of these storms. So they can potentially push close to hurricane force for short periods of time from the downbursts from these giant thunder clouds you get out here. So that's looking nice over there. Let me sort of pan around here, see what we got here. Back over here, they were doing irrigation work and stuff back in this little corner here. So not sure if they've completed that or if there's more yet to be done, but still working back over here on the that superstructure for the canopy. I can see they got their little cranes and man lifts over there where they're fastening the that superstructure tube to the towers there that'll support the 360-degree stage. Let me pan back over here. They're doing some work down here around the lagoon over there. So more work going on there towards getting that completed, probably whenever. I'm sure there's some work yet to be done there to get that up to snuff before they can pour concrete. And then back over here, panning around towards the east bowl, got some digging and stuff going on back over there. So getting a lot of stuff done here. I'm going to pan back around to the middle here, and then I'm going to switch over to my telephoto lens to give a closer view of the canopy that they're working on over there. Alrighty, let me pause here for a second. Alright, now we got a much closer view of what the canopy superstructure will be right there, which is very nice. Still getting that fixed up, but that's going to be very cool when we get that completed in the future. So that's looking very nice. Really looking cool. That'll be a very nice addition to the facility here. Let me pan on around. Back over here by the lagoon. So that's what we got going on down here in the Civic Lawn and City Hall area. I don't know really how much I'm going to go down to the East Bowl for sure, but I've already shot quite a bit. I could go around over there by the steps, library steps, but you can't really see that much from there. But I probably should, just to make sure I'm keeping up with all the stuff that's going on around here. They tore out that mesquite tree when I hadn't been over to the West Bowl area for a while, so that was a little bit of a surprise to see that. But I think I'll finish up here, move on down to the East Bowl, and then make up my mind if I want to finish up by the library steps today. Alrighty, let's call this quits here. Right, here I am down at the East Bowl. Time is now 6:36 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We got some stuff going on down here in the East Bowl, but it's not anything very dramatic that I can see. Just stuff here and there is getting done. Doing some digging up here on the little hill. Right over here. Not sure what the digging purpose is there, but getting something done there. And it looks like they're hauling out some equipment back over here. Maybe they don't need anymore, moving it to another part of the project, or moving it to another project altogether that they got going on. Letting down some, letting the dirt down back over here. Keeping the dust down for the area. Big part of the responsibility they have to the local neighborhood is to keep the dust down. So let's pan on around here to the far corner. Back down there. Pan back around here. I think I may not go down by the library steps now. Done quite a bit of walking and moving around and shooting today. I don't think there's anything I'm going to see over there that's going to be of any great news breaking interest. So I'll save that for another day. Maybe when I come back next week I'll start out down there. We'll see. Usually when I get here it's early. No use coming down to a place where nobody's doing anything in the dark. So that's why I usually start out at the West Paseo. Usually people down there by 4 a.m., especially if they're pouring concrete. So I'm going to finish this up here and call it a day. I think I've had enough today. Starting to warm up a little bit. So I think I'm going to call this good. And finish up my day right here. Alrighty.